Hi, I'm Dr. Chip Bennett, and I'm with Dr. Warren Gage, and we are discussing comedy and the Christian life. Warren, we've talked about leprosy and how leprosy in many ways is a type of sin in Scripture, and how the lepers, especially in first century Palestine, would have been sort of an outcast. And in many ways, the church has done that to people that are sinners. We forgot we were lepers at one point, and then we don't return the favor back to them. I'm going to ask a pointed question. What are the people today that the church really considers lepers in a bad way? I think of the sin of homosexuality almost as a leprosy in today's world. We don't know what to do with it. We don't know how to touch it. We don't know how to whatever. But if we're reading the Scripture through comedy, then we have to believe that God can take people that are like that and He can lift them up too and make them children of God. Do you agree with me on that?
I think it's not just the homosexual, but it's also the abortionist. You know, in our church, when we preach, 1 out of every 5 women has had an abortion, statistically.
I did not know that. Okay.
1 out of every 5. And if you ask me, is that murder? I would say yes. Mm-hmm. But I have to say that with a heart.
Absolutely.
For these women, who maybe when they were younger and they were desperate, or they didn't have any support, or they were confused, somebody talked them into that, and they carry this burden of guilt.
Sure.
They can be completely healed by understanding that Christ is a Redeemer. He came for them. Someone that struggles with homosexuality, I think sometimes the church says, oh, it's a choice. I will tell you, the people I've known that struggle with that sin, none of them chose that.
They didn't choose it, did they? No.
That was something that for something has gone wrong somewhere. Is that appropriate? I think I would have to say biblically no. But something has gone wrong, and we have been very cruel, I think, the church, to that community, frankly. We are, all of us, our hearts go out to children who are abused, and then when these children who are abused grow up and manifest some kind of dysfunction,
that's right,
we abominate them. And I think that's
terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
That's the way that we treat people, and that's so contrary to Christ.
But it's so amazing to me that the Bible condemns idolatry, and we all, as John Calvin said, our hearts are idol-making factories. It condemns greed. It talks about gossip. It seems like we like to pick on a couple of sins and make them the lepers, and then the other sins we don't really talk about or don't deal with. And it's almost like we forget who we are. I mean,
and that's dangerous.
And it's dangerous. I agree.
That's the short road to Phariseeism.
That's right. And in many ways, the church, we've become Pharisees. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed this session again on the Bible and comedy, and hope that it is enriching your life as you watch these videos.